Hello and welcome to Books with Alison. Today we are reviewing Words of Radiance, which is Brandon Sanderson's next book in the series of the Stormlight Archives. I don't know what to tell you. These books are amazing. Brandon Sanderson is a genius. I read The Way of the Kings, reviewed that earlier. As soon as I was finished, I needed the next book. I finished this one and I was like, I don't know what to do. I had a rule that said I have to finish the books that I just bought. I spent all this money. I have stacks growing, and I couldn't. I had to go get the next books. And so I did. So I'm reading the rest of those now. They are so amazing. The way that this author creates this world is so in depth. It's almost like you're reading a real history book and following really specific characters throughout. He has an amazing way of developing each of the characters that he follows, and he makes it really easy to stay on the story. Now, this book, I found like it would slow down a little bit and then it would speed right back up and then it would slow down. So there's times where I was like, I don't know. And then still obsessed. I'm actually so obsessed with him. I think I went to Half Price Books too and bought like a ton of his books that were on the shelf. So if you love war, if you love fantasy, if you love just like types of magic and different things and new worlds, this is a fantastic book for you. He has a way of stringing you along. You're in these series, there's the current time and then there's the ancient past, and they're trying to figure out what happened in the ancient past because it's happening again essentially, and they're trying to stop the evil that is coming in so many different ways. And I'm so wrapped up in the story, like I feel like I have to know what happened in the past, like I have to figure out this puzzle. And you just become very committed to these characters in such a wonderful way. You want to see where the relationships go. I thought that this book would just walk along like the first one, The Way of the Kings, and for me it didn't. It was completely different. There's so much more information, so many more new things and experiences that it just keeps pulling you back in. So I absolutely recommend reading this series. Another quote that I read is that Sanderson holds to the adage of better for me to be confused for 10 minutes than bored for 5 seconds. And that's absolutely true. You might find that you don't understand a word or something that's happening or how it's linked or where it's going, but you kind of like tuck it away in your brain, like, okay, there's something here. And then later on, you find out what it means, or even in the next book, and it just comes together so beautifully to the first book that I know this is absolutely where we're headed. The other thing I really enjoy about this book is there's about 4 or 5 major characters or stories that are told through their perspective. So it switches perspective often, but not often enough that it's too much. The transitions are really easy. And then he gives you little breaks of little like mini stories. So section 1 and then a break in about 3 stories. And then section 2, break. So the world is really developing in a way that I've never read anything like this before. So it becomes a bigger story. You feel like you live in this world. I feel like I want to go visit these places. It is phenomenal. I think I read that there's 10 books in these series. There's 4 out right now. So I'm already upset that I can't go buy more, if that's the truth. So I guess I'll find out, or if you know, let me know, because I absolutely love reading these books. So that's all I have for this book. I don't want to give spoilers away because I just want to share my broad perspective on these things, because anything I say about this book and the characters will give away the story if you read the first book, The Way of the King. So if you're debating, if you're thinking about it, is it worth it? Is it worth the time? Absolutely. Go get this book. You'll love it. And that's all I have for you today. So make sure you like and subscribe. Let me know what you're reading, what genres you love. If there's a book you want me to review, I'd be happy to do that. I'm reading as much as I can, as fast as I can, and I really appreciate you being here. Thanks you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.